Hello?
Hey, hello. Welcome to Caribbean Cruise Lines. I'm showing you've been transferred for a free cruise to the Bahamas, correct?
Man, that sounds great. I've been wanting to go on a cruise for years. That's like the best thing ever is to go on a cruise. Like the lady was saying to me, she said there's nothing like a Bahamas cruise or a cruise to the Bahamas.
That's correct. You've ever been on a cruise?
I haven't. You know, I have not had a chance to go on a cruise ever in my life.
Okay. Well, this might be your lucky day. Let me ask you this: do you think you could use it within the next 18 months?
Well, I suppose I probably could. I've actually got a court date coming up, and they said I'm a flight risk, so I can't leave the state. But as soon as I get that out of the way, I mean, it's a misdemeanor. You know, minor stuff, and but as soon as that's out of the way, I'm free to travel right now.
What's your first name, sir?
My first name is Leroy Thompson.
Hey, Leroy, my name is Norman.
My first name is Leroy. I just say it all together. I'm on the phone half the day myself. So a lot of times I say it all together without even thinking. But it's Leroy, the first name, and then Thompson as the last name. But,
all right, Leroy.
But I'm already looking forward to it, just thinking about it. And is this a cruise to the Bahamas?
Yes, sir. It's to Grand Bahama Island. Where about you located, Leroy?
Well, I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I'm not. I could probably get a buddy of mine to drive me down to the coast to pick up hop on the boat down there. Or you have to take a plane ride to do that.
Well, because it sails out of Palm Beach, Florida. Do you ever get over to Florida or not?
Well, I don't get over there normally, but I suppose, I mean, if it's about a cruise, I'll find a way to get over to Florida. I mean, if it takes a Greyhound bus or whatever. I lost my car after I went to trial before, and had some problems with this and that, legally, and I lost my car. But I'm still, I mean, it's more a financial issue. It's not. I mean, they're not going to be asking me to drive the cruise boat, are they?
No.
So I can get on a boat just as well as the next guy. But
yeah, there you go.
Now, now the one thing they told me I have to say this like to my neighbors and whatnot. But I'm a registered sex offender. Is that going to be a problem on that boat?
No, they don't ask any of that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's good, because I tell you what, it's caused a whole mess of problems in the apartment complex where I live. Every time I knock on the door, I better get punched in the face, and people don't understand. There's a lot of things you can be charged with that can get you sex offender status. They aren't necessarily like bad things.
Right.
People, that is one of the most misunderstood crimes, and most people won't even let you explain it to them. When you start talking about underage girls, their eyes just roll, and they're just like, no, I don't want to hear about that. But
yeah, I know. It's not easy, I'm sure.
But yeah, tell me about how to get on this boat.
All right, Leroy, here's the deal. Basically, it's 2 days, 2 nights to Grand Bahama Island. You get your cabin, you get your meals, your entertainment, and everything is included. The ship is called the Bahamas Celebration. We got Vegas shows, comedy acts, a casino, glass
now, is this a family type deal, Don?
Yes.
Okay. Are there going to be kids on that boat?
Is there what?
Are there going to be kids on the boat?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a bad way. I know, based on what I just told you, that sounds really bad. But I'm just asking. I'm just curious.
No, it's more. There's very few children. It's mostly couples, married couples or whoever. You're going to have your stateroom. You're going to have 3 meals a day.
Now in the Bahamas, do they have the same kind of laws we have here about there's no polite way to say this, about sexual practices? Do they have, like, if they stop at a port or something, I mean, do you have to abide by U.S. laws when you're doing that, or is it a little bit more freewheeling, like, hey, what happens on the Bahamas stays in the Bahamas, I mean, is it a little bit more, laid back?
cruise, you don't get a chance to stay in the Bahamas. The cruise, you're just over there for one full day. So you don't need any type of cabin.
Do you get off the boat when you're there?
Yeah, of course.
Because I've heard there's some of these cruises. So I had a buddy of mine that he said there's some of these cruises you can go on, not cruises, but it's like a trip into. I think he says he flies, but he flies into some of these areas where they'll hook him up with some of the young girls there locally.
Okay. All right. Well, that's possible. I mean, that's we don't offer that program, but whatever. Okay. Here's the deal, Leroy. I'm going to get to the nitty-gritty here. I told you about the ship. You're going to sail to Grand Bahama Island. You got fishing, diving, snorkeling, the best in the world.
If you get in any kind of trouble on that boat, are they treating you like a U.S. citizen? Like if you get caught doing something you shouldn't be doing on a boat, or something somebody just doesn't understand, like you get caught up in a misunderstanding, or do you get in some kind of international trouble, or is it just like they just, hey, you're on a cruise, we understand you're trying to have a good time, and they just, leave you be?
I've never heard of anything bad happening. I mean,
well, that's probably
everybody
a good thing,
goes.
I behave myself, but a guy's a guy, when you're a guy and you're around a lot of women with the bikinis on and they're doing their thing, just daring you to do something, that just, I can't say that I'm not going to be able to help myself, or I'm going to be able to help myself all the time.
Okay, that's true. All right, let me finish up with my spiel, and then you can tell me what you think.
This is sounding awesome by the minute. Go ahead.
Well, this is your responsibility. This is the only responsibility that you have. It is called a government tax. It allows you to leave and re-enter the United States. You have to pay the tax today on this phone call.
Do I have to have a passport for this?
Not if you're not going to stay on the Bahamas. You don't need it just for the cruise. No.
Well, right now, as it stands, I'm not allowed to leave the state.
Okay.
But would I be doing anything right now? I mean, if I was to, is this going to get me in trouble with the court if I leave the state for this? Could you guys cover for me? I mean, if I was to leave, I don't have like an ankle monitor or anything like that, but if I could leave and the cruise people could cover for me so I don't get any kind of trouble, I'd appreciate that.
Nah, Leroy, we can't get into that kind of business. Okay?
Because that's my only problem is if they bust me down for this these just bogus charge they're trying to get on me now, if they bust me down for that, then I'll be stuck. They'll throw me in the pokey for a little while, but I'll be right back out. But right now, right up until court, I got to stay put right here.
All right, Leroy, let me tell you what needs to happen then on this phone call. I need to get you registered. I need to get you registered for the tax.
Man, I don't want to be registered as a sex offender on the boat. If that's going to get me in trouble and not give me a good spot on the boat, I don't want to tell nobody about that.
That's nobody's even going to know that. That doesn't have anything to do with this, Leroy.
All right, I appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate it. You just had me scared when you talk about registering. It just stirs up those feelings in me.
Well, I do have to get you registered, okay? You got to pay the taxes. Are you going to be able to?
Do I have to use my real name for that?
You would have to use whatever credit card you have.
Well, I got a credit card. It's not my name, but I've got it's the one that belongs to it's my ex-father-in-law, and he it's still good. The expiration date's on it's still good, and I could probably use it before they're probably not going to shut off this card for another 6 months.
So you want to put the $118 on their card?
I think so. I think they probably got enough space for it on there. I mean, it doesn't have to be in my name, does it?
No.
Okay. Because that's why, they ever since, when I got caught with an underage girl, but she was only she was like 15. I tell you, these days, 15 can look like 21. You know what I'm saying? There are 15-year-old girls now that look like grown women.
Yes,
My
sir.
father-in-law, he said, Leroy, I will kill you. And I was like, well, you're just going to have to kill me then because I can't, a man's a man. Man's got to do what he's got to do, And we had it out over that, but he wound up leaving his wallet at my house.
I got you. All right, so you want to try to register with that? I'm still
I'd have to go by. Would it have to be in my name, or are they going to check that out? Or I don't want to get in any kind of trouble.
Right. Well, do you know the billing address on the card?
No, I don't. They've told me I'm not allowed to come anywhere near them now.
You know what? I think what needs to happen is you get all your situation squared away and maybe get your own credit card and give us a call back.
All right, I'll sit there to do that. What's your name again?
Norman Hoskins.
Norman, okay. I appreciate it, Norman. Let me see what I can do. Thank you.
All right, buddy. You have a good night.